All right, today we're going to pull back the curtain on one of the most important pieces of the internet, JavaScript. Ever wonder what actually makes the web, well, work? Stick around, because you're about to find out. No, seriously, think about your favorite websites for a sec. You know when you click a button and something happens? Or you see a cool animation pop up? Or maybe new posts load without the whole page having to refresh? What's doing all that heavy lifting? Yep, 9 times out of 10, maybe even more, it's JavaScript. So you can kind of think of JavaScript as the lifeblood of a website. It's the thing that takes a flat, boring page and turns it into something you can actually interact with, something dynamic. But to really get it, you gotta know about its two best friends, HTML and CSS. See, HTML is like the skeleton of a web page. It gives it all its structure. Then you've got CSS, which is like the clothes and the style, the colors, the fonts, making it look good. But JavaScript, that's where the magic happens. It adds the action, the brains, the movement. Okay, so now that we have a feel for it, what is JavaScript really? All right, there's the textbook definition. Let's break that down. High level basically just means it's written for humans to read, not for computers. And interpreted, that just means your web browser can read and run the code on the fly. Simple as that. But the really important part, the thing to remember, is that last bit. It's all about adding that dynamic behavior. And this is where that analogy we talked about really clicks into place. You've got HTML as the skeleton, the structure. You've got CSS as the clothes, the style. And then, bam, you have JavaScript. It's the muscles and the nervous system. It's what lets the whole thing move, react, and, actually do stuff. So what kind of stuff are we talking about? Well, pretty much everything you interact with. Think about those forms that instantly tell you if your password is too weak. Or those smooth animations when you scroll down a page. Or even a massive full-blown web application like Google Maps. That whole thing is basically powered by JavaScript. It is, and I mean this literally, everywhere. But here's the wild part. JavaScript wasn't always this big, powerful thing. Its backstory is actually kind of crazy. I mean, can you believe this entire language, the language that runs the web, was originally created in just 10 days? 10! So, let's rewind to 1995. A guy named Brendan Eich at Netscape whips this thing up. A couple years later, it gets standardized, which is super important so it works the same everywhere. But the real game changer, that came in 2009 with something called Node.js. All of a sudden, JavaScript could escape the browser and start running on servers. That was huge. And then in 2015, a big update called ES6 dropped, adding all these modern features that really turned it into the serious powerhouse language we know today. Okay, cool history lesson, right? But why should you care about any of this? Simple. Learning JavaScript today, it's basically like getting a superpower. For starters, it is everywhere. I'm not kidding. You don't have to download or install a single thing. It's already running inside the web browser on your phone, on your computer, on your tablet. Its reach is just massive. Next up, it's so versatile. Think about this. You learn this one language, and suddenly you can build the part of the website you see, the server behind the scenes, and even mobile apps. That's an incredible bang for your buck when it comes to learning. And yeah, that investment totally pays off. JavaScript developers are always in demand. We're talking great job prospects, great salaries. It's just a fantastic skill to have for your career. And last but definitely not least, you are not learning this in a vacuum. The JavaScript community is one of the biggest and most active out there. So anytime you get stuck, and trust me, you will, there are tons of tutorials, resources, and people ready to help you out. You're never really alone. All right, are you convinced yet? I hope so, because we're about to switch gears from talking about it to actually doing it. It's time to write your very first program, and I promise this is going to be way easier than you think. Seriously, all you need is 2 things. A web browser, like Chrome or Firefox, which you're probably using right now, and a basic text editor. You can use something free and awesome like Visual Studio Code. That's it. No crazy, complicated setup required. Ready? Here's the code. Just 2 lines. That first one, console.log, is going to print a message to a secret little area for developers called the console. The second line, alert, is even cooler. It's going to make a little pop-up box appear right on your screen. Okay, so how do you run this? Super simple. Just save that code in an HTML file. Then, open that file in your browser. The pop-up should appear right away.
And if you press the F12 key, the developer tools will open up and you'll see your Hello World message sitting there in the console. And just like that, congratulations, you are officially a programmer. That little program might not seem like much, but trust me, it's a huge first step. It's the beginning of a really, really cool journey.
Just one program. That's all it takes to prove that you can tell the web what to do, and it'll actually listen. That's a pretty powerful feeling, isn't it? You've just spoken the web's native language for the first time. Where you go from here? Well, the possibilities are pretty much endless. So I'll just leave you with this one question. You've just told the web what to do. What are you going to ask it to do next?